Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry, good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Armstrong with this week's episode of Tuesday Tips. And it's going to move a little fast today due to the fact that I do have kind of a busy schedule, but I have to honor my obligation that I'm obligated to do. With that being said, I hope that everyone is liking the content of the video. Please like, subscribe, and share, as these tips may help you somehow in your own personal journey. So today we're going to talk about responsibility, your own type of responsibility. When we look at responsibilities, and I'm speaking on an emotional and psychological level, we take the aspect of our own responsibility out of our self-care. Self-care is most important. I'm all for self-care. I'm an advocate for self-care in every aspect of the way. In every aspect of the way, I'm for self-care. With that being said, a lot of times we toss ourselves on the back burner, which we should not do, because if we do that, we are really creating an environment for ourselves that we're being used, and we should in no way be used in any aspect of our lives. I want to kind of just bring in some common sense approaches to what is your responsibility and how not to compare yourself to others, because comparing yourself to others, it just creates a unstable all around emotional environment, because now you're always on the lookout for what you're not doing compared to what others are doing. Okay, so if we take a look here, let's take a look at what is not your responsibility. Okay, we can't be responsible for the actions of others, but we can definitely be responsible for the actions of ourselves. Okay, and I often tell people this: it's up to you how certain situations come out, whether you give them a reaction or a response. Whether there's a reaction or a response, one or the other. Okay? Reactions are just that, a reaction, something not thought out, or something not really pondered upon, and you just react. Okay? Responses are more or less of a thought out, methodical perspective as to how you're going to reply to a person and not allow that person to get the gratification of getting the response out of you. Okay, so let's look at what we can see here is not part of your responsibility. All right, other people's ideas, that's not your responsibility at all. You know, what other people think, how other people feel, it's not your responsibility. Other people's opinions, they are not your responsibility. Everybody's going to have a formulated opinion of everything. Opinions come a dime a dozen. Everybody's going to have one. People have opinions of me, and that's okay. You can have your opinion. It's quite all right. But I know what I do for myself, and what I do for myself is true. Okay? Other people's thoughts. Other people's thoughts. The way people think. That's not your responsibility. Okay? The actions of other people. That's not your responsibility. We're looking at taking self-control here. Okay? This is what it's all about, the self-control. Okay? Other people's beliefs. We all have beliefs. I don't care what religion you come from, if you subscribe to a religion or if you do not subscribe to a religion. We all have our beliefs. You know, two Christians can have different beliefs on the same subject. Two Muslims, two Jews, two Hindus. It doesn't matter. Everyone has a belief. And it's not your responsibility to take on the responsibility of what they believe. All right? Other people's mistakes, not your responsibility. If somebody's out there making a mistake, that's on them. Now, you want to help them try not to go back into that same pattern of making the same mistake, because then, of course, it becomes something habitual. You continue to do it. Okay? And lastly, other people's words. What other people say is not your responsibility. You cannot formulate what everybody says. You just can't do it. Okay? But now we want to look at something a little different. We want to look at what is your responsibility. Okay? What your responsibility should entail in a general sense of the words. Your words are your responsibility. Your beliefs, that's your responsibility. Your behavior, that's your responsibility. Your actions, your efforts, your ideas, the boundaries that you set, your healing. Okay, you don't have to heal on nobody's terms. You can heal in your own pace, in your own terms. Your mistakes are your responsibility. The consequences of your actions are your responsibility. Now, if we take a look at this little circle of responsibility, it comes with something else. It comes with accountability. Responsibility comes with accountability. And when you are being accountable, held in accountability of yourself and your own actions, only then will you begin to sit and ponder and create a conglomerate idea of what is right. And I want you to know this. You can't treat everybody the same, but you can treat everybody right. We have to get our own feelings and ideas and our own little ism and schism out of us. If we strive to be perfected in what we're doing, if we're not going to look at where we can change ourselves and hold ourselves in accountability and be responsible for our own actions, thoughts, and behavior, we're going to be open, loose cannons the rest of our lives. You know what? It also takes a change of thinking. It takes a change of thinking. If we're not thinking in a way that is conducive to positivity, then guess what? You're responsible for the negativity. This is what I'm trying to get across to you folks. Okay? Let's cultivate. Let's cultivate a positive mental and emotional ground in our own selves, so that when we're held responsible for what we are doing, nobody can say, hey, guess what? You're wrong. You're not wrong, because you have taken accountability for yourself. That's Tuesday Tips for today, folks. I do hope and pray that all of you will have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day, rest of the week. I may see you again on Thursday, depending on how my schedule is looking. If not, I will see you on next week. Everyone have a